little things that have happened to me along the way that are kind of.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Share away, girlfriend.
Yeah, some fun ones. And I'd love, you probably have some cool opinions on some of them. So I believe all these neat things that happened to me were to just instill in me who I am, really, who you are, who we are. Like, we're powerful. We're the breath of the divine. I mean,
Yeah.
so one night, so this was probably, again, something like 14 years ago, somewhere around there, maybe even more. So I've just kept growing a ton, right? After the vision and just really understanding and stepping into my gifts as a coach. And so anyway, one night I woke up and we had just moved into this house and there was drywall. You know how when you're building a house, you can go in and see how it's being done and you see the drywall up, and then you're gone a week and then you come and then the walls are painted and the stuff. Well, so we had been moved into the house, so the walls were painted and stuff. I woke up and I'm looking straight ahead and I'm seeing through the paint. I'm seeing what is written on the drywall. I'm literally seeing, like, construction people will write down the instructions on the drywall. And I'm seeing it and I'm awake, like I'm sitting upright, I'm staring at it going, I'm literally seeing this. So I feel like, again, I was just being shown like my power, I guess, and to just really stand in it because, from the childhood trauma, I had shame and low self-esteem. So I guess, God, Jesus, the divine knew I needed experiences like this to build me up so that I could trust in myself and believe in myself so I could do the work I'm doing now. So that was me. But that same night, I looked down and my hand was probably, how you just have your hand in a soft, gentle position like this. It's just probably sitting there in my lap. I looked down and shooting out of my hand, it's just like an overflow, almost picture a volcano of golden light. Wow. Sparks, and it's just flowing. It's flowing. And again, I am fully awake, sitting up, and I'm watching it, and I'm so in awe. And I was like, I wonder how long this is going to last. Like, I'm not going to miss a single moment. And so again, I have chills now. I'm just in complete awe. And I'm just watching, just flowing, 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 flowing. I must have done that for 5-10 minutes. I don't know, but it just kept going. And I was just like, oh, this is so amazing. It's so exciting.
I love that.
So, to me, I know it's energy, it's divine, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Oh, well, I don't know. With the writing, did you understand the writing? Could you?
Yeah, it was just basically showing me the construction. Like, I could read through the wall.
Okay. So
I could read beyond the paint.
That's crazy. Wow. I've seen scenes play out on my wall in my ceiling. Yeah. Projected scenes with my eyes wide, and I'm wide awake, that type of thing. And I've seen, beings in my ceiling fan spinning. I've seen beings looking at me and waving.
Yeah, honestly, it's not, when I hear people talk about NDEs, like they're over on the other side, I rarely hear someone talk about something magical they see here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it was here.
In physical. Yeah, I feel like we're shifting.
I was on the earth plane in my bed.
It sounds like you're shifting your vision, we're shifting constantly in and out of, sounds like it. I don't know.
Well, I heard a channeling. Someone did a channeling of Jesus once. I'm sure there's lots of them. I can't remember whose this was, but it was led to, and I loved it. And her channeling was Jesus basically saying, when he was out in the desert, he was shown energy, shown kind of like what I was just describing, that everything is energy and love and light, like nothing was solid.
Right.
And I thought, oh yeah, of course. I'm sure he was shown that, because he had such strength and conviction and enlightenment to go the path he was on.
Yeah. when I fast, I see that things like that a lot more, with, also with, what do you call it? Plant medicine and meditating, deep meditation. I did see one time in deep meditation, I saw gold, my heart chakra, I saw gold flakes and gold energy spinning, which was really cool. So that's what you reminded me of when you said it was coming out of your hand and just flowing. It reminded me when I saw the gold energy and it had flakes in it, it was swirling with these gold flakes. It was gorgeous. So it made me think of.
Yeah, it's unlike anything I've
Mhm.
ever seen. I mean, it's definitely otherworldly for
Oh
sure.
yeah, so that's sounds like your energy coming from your hand, and that's you, that's your energy field. Yes, coming from your hand, you're a healer. So
Maybe that was the foreshadowing because I am very drawn to touch people, like literally touch them. Because I've also been a hairdresser for years. I touch people's heads. So I always feel like you're led in what you feel drawn to, led to your passion. So when
right.
I do my energy healings, I spend time touching your head. I literally am touching your head. I'm massaging your head. And spirit has shown me like we have an entire chakra system right here, right here. And so I do spend quite a bit of time right here. And I just feel like it relaxes people to open up.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like there's a chakra system here in the ears,
Yeah.
so just different things that I do. I just feel like it's Kim's unique way. We're all so unique. Like, why
Right.
limit God, creation? Why limit yourself? I've
Totally.
never seen anybody do what I do, but that's because I do what I do.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, I hope people who are listening to this can feel a little more confident in going in the direction of where they're led, what they're shown. So
Mhm.
we can experience your gift in your unique way.
Right. Yeah. I've always said too, also that everyone has their own niche, their unique abilities and unique gifts, and don't ever compare yourself to anyone, because we're all unique and we're all exactly where we need to be on our path that brought us to where we are, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like we're led to meet people to keep molding us
Mm-hmm.
to standing firm in our truth of that. So then there's a few other more recent things that are very magical that I've even shared with you, but maybe you forgot. So I am the type of person
Probably.
who I love to be exposed to the night sky. If I could live outside, do everything outside and be outside, I would. So we've got windows and they're always open. Even at night, I do not like being closed in. So
Mm.
we have those blinds that you can shift. So my boyfriend likes, the bottom half of the window covered, but he leaves the whole top for me so I can look out the window and see the moon, see the stars. So that's a thing I'm drawn to. So for a while there, I'm waking up again. It's probably 3 a.m. and I'm looking out, and I just love looking out. And I was like, I see grids. Like I saw perfect grids in the
Wow.
sky.
Wow.
And so I'm just sitting there and staring at them like, huh, I wonder what I'm looking at. And the thing that I find so funny is I'm such a free spirit and I'm so enamored. I don't think to grab my phone and take a picture. I
Yeah.
just don't. I'm just so enjoying the present moment and looking at it. And I felt like I just got a sense of, my interpretation was just a sense of the perfection of the universe. Like there's perfection to it. And, I've heard other people talk about math being beautiful and perfect and the language of creation. So, and I just felt like there was depth and dimension to the grids. So I saw grids for a few times. And then I saw this.
Oh,
And
it's
this
just
is
come back to me
like,
now. Okay.
So I painted it the next day because I didn't want to forget, because it was so special and so neat.
Wow.
So this is the moon, and that was a star, and there was no other stars in the sky. And the sky actually kind of looked this color. And I saw this donut, and it definitely had a hole in the middle and these lines. And so all I can say is the sensation I felt when I saw this was that each line was like the Milky Way, a universe. And I probably didn't paint enough of them, because it was almost like you took a needle and chopped them up into quarters and just threw millions of them together, and they shaped into a donut. That's what the sky looked like to me. And then I just got the feeling of everything being round. Everything's round. And then I had the feeling of, well, that's infinity. There's no beginning and there's no end in round. And almost probably like the cyclical nature too. So that's how I interpreted it. You may have another interpretation, Sharon. What are your thoughts?
No, I go with your interpretation. No, that's beautiful. I got the information too in the last few years that everything is cyclical, that we are existing in that type of reality in our soul. I mean, think about it.
Even
It
look
makes
behind
sense.
you. Look
Pardon
behind
me?
you.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at all the circles you have.
Yeah, the Metatron cube, the flower of life. It's all connected. All the circles are connected. It's
Look at
sacred geometry.
think of everything like the sun, and sun start circle.
Right. And portals, circular orbs.
Yeah.
We get photos of that are showing up for us digitally. And, we're starting to be able to see with our own eyes every once in a while, those types of things, some people say that orbs represent a soul. They can also be portals from my experience, what I've seen. So yeah, it's, there is no linear time. It's
Yeah. So the next night after this night, there was 2 of these.
interesting.
I didn't paint it, but there was 2 of them, 2 donuts.
Wow.
I'm sure there's infinite donuts, but
Yeah.
I feel like I was being spoon fed. Like, okay, we'll show her this. Then we'll show her this. Now lately, I feel like I see layers of donuts, maybe. Whole sky is these layers of light. Yeah.
So yeah, it sounds like you're seeing through the matrix, through the grid, perhaps.
What does that mean? Kind of describe that a little more to me.
Well, when I was going through my quickening, my awakening, I was fasting, meditating, no drugs or alcohol, no plant medicine at the time. And when Yeshua was working with me very closely, and I walked into a grocery store to go grocery shopping, and everything disappeared, and I saw the grid lines, and I had no idea what, it was before the Matrix came out, I believe. I'm not sure, but it was around, well, I'm not sure when the Matrix came out, but it was in 2003, I think. So it might have been around the same time. Anyway, doesn't matter. So I saw the grid lines, saw the grid, everything disappeared. And I realized, okay, we live in a matrix. It reminded me of the Star Trek holodeck. They were blue and green. And then during my out-of-body experiences, I kept seeing grids like that. And I would hear a voice, which I who feel was Yeshua, telling me to go through the grid, go through it, get through it. And he gave me instructions on how to get higher in my experience, in my out of body travels and my nighttime travels. So in my photos, because my sister and I probably told you are paranormal photographers, I see grid lines, and I actually see orbs, and I see light behind the grids,
Okay.
like holes in the grid and portals in the grid, and see scenes and people and realities. The light is coming through the grid. So the grid, the matrix that we live in is 3D matrix, I believe very strongly, and I've heard this from other people that I trust, is falling, is collapsing. So it sounds to me like you are seeing, and as the matrix falls away from our programming, our vision, because we're projecting everything, right? As that falls away from our sight, our physical sight, then you're able to see through the grid.
Okay, that's really neat. See, I have not watched the movie The Matrix.
Okay.
I think I need to. Do I need to?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I know people say, we're living in a matrix. It's like, okay.
When I first saw it, I remember thinking, I mean, you have to see it at the time. I had to see it a couple times to really kind of like, okay, but it still rung true to me. And I realized this is a documentary. This isn't a Hollywood movie. Of course, they made it into one, but it just felt so true. Yeah. That, and then they made 3 of them, I guess, which got a little more Hollywood, but still the truth behind it was really amazing.
So you suggest all 3, watch all 3?
I don't see why not. I think you would, especially with you seeing through the grid, I feel it might resonate with you.
Okay, I'll see what resonates. I'm kind of excited. I feel like I have homework.
Yeah, it's good. And it's Keanu Reeves. I mean, yeah.
Oh, I know. I love him.
How can you go wrong?
And I love your necklace. I really love it. There's blue in there that's I'm so drawn to.
Yeah, it's Hebrew. It's a heart, and it's Hebrew for Yeshua inside.
Oh,
It's written in
really?
Yeah.
Sharon,
For some reason, I just put it on today.
Can we be twinsies?
I got it at a some kind of a fair, and the woman had made it. So I got this one in a bronze colored one too.
I'm kind of getting chills all over. Can you give me the name of her after this? I want.
I'll see if I can find the card that came with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in Hebrew. Cool.
Yeah. It's just, this whole time I've been so drawn to it. And it's just lighting up the way the light's hitting it.
Well, now you know why, because it says Yeshua.
Of course. Of course.
So is there anything else you want to share about your amazing experiences? We have a little bit of time left that I scheduled for us.
I think it's just been really such an enlightening ride, and I would encourage people to have mentors like myself and you. I still have mentors. Sharon, I would call her one of my mentors and peers, to keep learning, because you have so many gifts that just want to continue to come out. We're always evolving. We're creations. We are creators too. And I find the journey fascinating and fun. And yes, we're having an earthly experience, but the more you can really embody Christ consciousness, Buddha consciousness, the more you can kind of relax and enjoy the journey here, and even the pain.
Yeah.
Buddha talks about the 10,000 sorrows, the 10,000 joys and the 10,000 sorrows of life. And to me, that's a pretty good description. When we live here, we experience great joy and sorrow.
Yeah.
And when you can approach that through a higher self, true self, divine lens, kind of takes the sting out a little bit. You can kind of make room for more fun and laughter and
Sure.
and yeah. And it's fun to have people do it with. It's fun to be able to reach out to someone like Sharon and talk and share and enjoy. It's just such a great group of people to be friends with. So that's been fun, just being open to letting life flow through me and happen. I mean, never more in my life have I not forced things, made things happen, and things just happen. It's just amazing. It's such an enjoyable existence where before, so I have such a before and after. Before, I was always forcing things. I was always exhausted. I was always depleting myself. I absolutely will not do that now. Like it's 100% self-care so I can show up and be there for the people that come to me. And I guess while I'm at it, I'll just kind of share, I had mentioned I do
Please do.
workbooks. You can find them on my website, heartworku.com. I have a YouTube channel. I'm such a free spirit. I go in and out of spending time on there. I'm sure that I can amp it up more, but there's some very good content on there. But what I think makes my workbooks kind of special and unique is I make them fun. So even if we're talking about forgiveness, kind of a big subject, it's the tallest mountain to climb.
Mhm.
But I make it fun with large print writing, and Jesus gave me the gift of teaching profound concepts in an easy way, like a way where you're going to understand it and it's not going to be heavy and fill your head. It's I gently walk you through it. And you might actually even enjoy yourself along the way. And yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, there's room for journaling. So I have like 12 different workbooks.
Oh, wow.
Depending on, the topic, because it's kind of what I've learned in coaching and someone who had to heal so much shame. There's various levels that you kind of have to attend to. And so my workbooks kind of lead a person through all of those levels. And so that's pretty much, you can get a lot done on your own with a workbook, but of course, if you really want to have the companionship and the accountability, which honestly I feel is what can skyrocket you much faster, is if you were to do it with me. So there's those options.
That's awesome. That's one of the first things that Yeshua taught me is journaling, that's very similar, right? Journaling is so important, getting that out. So I love that. That's really amazing. Good for you. I didn't know you had those workbooks.
Yes, and I have some children's books coming. So keep checking out what I'm doing, because my workbooks or my children's books that are coming out are raising resilient kids. And so we need to teach our kids resiliency, that they are resilient, not this victim mentality. They are strong, they are powerful, they can feel their feelings and, rise above. So I'm very excited about my children's book series.
Oh, that's cool. Yes, we do need that. Investing in the future.
Yeah.
Children.
Equipping parents. I believe it's going to help parents too, reading these books to their children. It's just a win.
Good. So what is your website again? I mean, I'll have it in the details, but what is it?
Yeah, it's HeartWorkU. So it's heartwork with the letter U.com.
Heartwork and then you. Okay, HeartWorkU. Right.
Yeah. Because what came to me, I mean, this whole journey was filled with a lot of heart work. It's not mind work, it's heart work.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Kim. And I will have all of Kim's information down in the details. So check out her books, her website, her work. She's amazing. Thank you, Kim. It was a joy to talk with you finally after all this time.
Thank you. And we're going to collab. So I'm going to be on your in your school teaching some things too, but you and I have to work
Yes.
that, look for that too.
Yeah,
Your school's
totally.
amazing. Like, I highly recommend going on there, take some classes.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. Please do all the YouTube stuff to keep us going. Subscribe.
Like,
Like, hit the bell, and comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the video here. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Mwah.
okay, that was fun.